Genesis chapter 4. Now Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bore Cain. And she said, I have given birth to a man with the help of Yahweh. Then she bore his brother Abel, and Abel became a keeper of sheep, and Cain became a tiller of the ground. And in the course of time, Cain brought an offering from the fruit of the ground to Yahweh, and Abel also brought an offering from the choicest firstlings of his flocks. And Yahweh looked with favor to Abel and to his offering, but to Cain and to his offering he did not look with favor. And Cain became very angry, and his face fell. And Yahweh said to Cain, Why are you angry? And why is your face fallen? If you do well, will I not accept you? But if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door, and its desire is for you, but you must rule over it. Then Cain said to his brother Abel, Let us go out into the field. And when they were in the field, Cain rose up against his brother Abel and killed him. Then Yahweh said to Cain, Where is Abel, your brother? And he said, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood is crying out to me from the ground. So now you are cursed from the ground, which has opened its mouth to receive the blood of your brother from your hand. When you till the ground, it shall no longer yield its strength to you. You shall be a wanderer and a fugitive on the earth. And Cain said to Yahweh, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Look, you have driven me out today from the face of the ground, and from your face I must hide. I will be a wanderer and a fugitive on the earth, and it will happen that whoever finds me will kill me. Then Yahweh said to him, Therefore, whoever kills Cain will be avenged sevenfold. Then Yahweh put a sign on Cain, so that whoever found him would not kill him. And Cain went out from the presence of Yahweh, and he settled in the land of Nod, east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and gave birth to Enoch. And when he built a city, he named the city after his son Enoch. And to Enoch was born Irad. And Irad fathered Mehujael. And Mehujael fathered Methushael. And Methushael fathered Lamech. And Lamech took to himself 2 wives. The name of the first was Adah, and the name of the second was Zillah. And Adah gave birth to Jabal. He was the father of those who live in tents, and those who have livestock. And the name of his brother was Jubal. He was the father of all who play stringed instruments and wind instruments. Then Zillah also gave birth to Tubal-Cain, who forged all kinds of tools of bronze and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. Then Lamech said to his wives, Adah and Zillah, listen to my voice. O wives of Lamech, hear my words. I have killed a man for wounding me, even a young male for injuring me. If Cain is avenged sevenfold, then Lamech be avenged 77 times. Then Adam knew his wife again, and she gave birth to a son, and she called his name Seth, for she said, God has appointed to me another child in place of Abel, because Cain killed him. And as for Seth, he also fathered a son, and he called his name Enosh. At that time, he began to call on the name of Yahweh. Genesis chapter 5. This is the record of the generations of Adam. When God created Adam, he made him in the likeness of God. Male and female, he created them, and he blessed them, and he called their name humankind when they were created. And when Adam had lived 130 years, he fathered a child in his likeness, according to his image, and he called his name Seth. And the days of Adam after he fathered Seth were 800 years. And he fathered sons and daughters. And all the days of Adam which he lived were 930 years, and he died. When Seth had lived 105 years, he fathered Enosh. And after Seth had fathered Enosh, he lived 807 years, and fathered sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. When Enosh lived 90 years, he fathered Kenan. And after Enosh fathered Kenan, he lived 815 years, and fathered sons and daughters. And all the days of Enosh were 905 years, and he died. When Kenan had lived 70 years, he fathered Mahalalel. And after Kenan had fathered Mahalalel, he lived 840 years, and fathered sons and daughters. And all the days of Kenan were 910 years, and he died. When Mahalalel had lived 65 years, he fathered Jared. And after Mahalalel had fathered Jared, he lived 830 years, and fathered sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. When Jared had lived 162 years, he fathered Enoch. And after Jared had fathered Enoch, he lived 800 years, and fathered sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. When Enoch had lived 65 years, he fathered Methuselah. And Enoch walked with God, after he fathered Methuselah 300 years, and fathered sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with God, and he was no more, for God took him. When Methuselah had lived 187 years, he fathered Lamech. After Methuselah had fathered Lamech, he lived 782 years, and fathered sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. When Lamech had lived 182 years, he fathered a son. He called his name Noah, saying, "This one shall relieve us from our work, and from the hard labor of our hands, from the ground which Yahweh had cursed." And after Lamech had fathered Noah, he lived 595 years, and he fathered sons and daughters. All the days of Lamech were 777, and he died. When Noah was 500 years old, Noah fathered Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Genesis chapter 6. And it happened that, when humankind began to multiply on the face of the ground, daughters were born to them. Then the sons of God saw the daughters of humankind, that they were beautiful, and they took for themselves wives from all that they had chose. And Yahweh said, "My spirit shall not abide with humankind forever, in that he is also flesh, and his days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were upon the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went into the daughters of humankind, and they bore children to them. These were the mighty warriors that were from ancient times, men of renown. And Yahweh saw that the evil of humankind was great upon the earth, and every inclination of the thoughts of his heart was always only evil, and Yahweh regretted that he had made humankind on the earth, and he was grieved in his heart. And Yahweh said, I will destroy humankind, whom I created from upon the face of the earth, from humankind to animals, to creeping things, and to the birds of heaven, for I regret that I have made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of Yahweh. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, without defect in his generations. Noah walked with God. And Noah fathered 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And the earth was corrupted before God, and the earth was filled with violence. And God saw the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted its way upon the earth. And God said to Noah, the end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth was filled with violence because of them. Now, look, I'm going to destroy them along with the earth. Make for yourself an ark of cypress wood. You must make the ark with rooms. Then you must cover it with pitch, inside and outside. And this is how you must make it. The length of the ark, 300 cubits. Its width, 50 cubits. Its height, 30 cubits. You must make a roof from the ark, and finish it to a cubit above. And as for the door of the ark, you must put it in its side. You must make it with a lower, second, and a third deck. And I, behold, I am about to bring the flood waters over the earth to destroy all flesh, in which is the breath of life from under the heaven. Everything that is on the earth shall perish. And I will establish my covenant with you. And you must go into the ark, you and your sons, and your wife, and the wives of your sons with you, and of every living thing from all flesh. You must bring 2 from every kind into the ark, to keep them alive with you. They shall be male and female, from the birds according to their kind, and from the animals according to their kind, from every creeping thing on the ground according to its kind. 2 from every kind shall come to you, to keep them alive. And as for you, take for yourself from every kind of food that is eaten, and you must gather it to yourself, and it shall be for you and for them for food. And Noah did according to all that God commanded him. Thus he did. Genesis chapter 7. Then Yahweh said to Noah, Go, you and all your household, into the ark, for I have seen you are righteous before me in this generation. From all the clean animals you must take for yourself 7 pairs, a male and its mate. And from the animals that are not clean you must take 2, a male and its mate, as well as from the birds of heaven 7 pairs, male and female, to keep their kind alive on the face of all the earth. For within 7 days I will send rain upon the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. And I will blot out all the living creatures that I have made from upon the face of the ground. And Noah did according to all that Yahweh commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood waters came upon the earth. And Noah and his sons and his wife and the wives of his sons with him went into the ark because of the waters of the flood, of clean animals and of animals which are not clean, and of the birds and everything that creeps upon the ground. 2 of each went to Noah into the ark, male and female, as God had commanded Noah. And it happened that after 7 days the waters of the flood came over the earth, in the 600th year of the life of Noah, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month. On that day all the springs of the great deep were split open, and the windows of heaven were open, and the rain came upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On this same day Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and the wife of Noah, and the 3 wives of his sons with them went into the ark, they and all the living creatures according to their kind, and all the domesticated animals according to their kind, and all the creatures that creep upon the earth according to their kind, all the birds according to their kind, every winged creature. And they came to Noah to the ark, 2 of each, from every living thing in which was the breath of life. And those that came, male and female, of every living thing, came as God had commanded him. And Yahweh shut the door behind him. And the flood came 40 days on the earth, and the waters increased, and lifted the ark. And it rose up from the earth, and the waters prevailed, and increased greatly upon the earth. And the ark went upon the surface of the waters, and the waters prevailed overwhelmingly upon the earth, and they covered all the high mountains, which were under the entire heaven. The water swelled 15 cubits above the mountains, covering them. And every living thing that moved on the earth perished, the birds, and the domesticated animals, and the wild animals, and everything that swarmed on the earth, and all humankind, everything in whose nostrils was the breath of life, among all that was on dry land, died. And he blotted out every living thing upon the surface of the ground, from humankind to animals, to creeping things, and to the birds of heaven. They were blotted out from the earth. Only Noah and those who were with him in the ark remained, and the waters prevailed over the earth 150 days.